Good morning. This is Dr. Hansa Das, and I welcome you to my channel History with Hansa. You're once again welcome to my lecture series on prehistory. I have already posted a video on Paleolithic Age. Hope you watched that video and liked it. The second part of the series is on Mesolithic Age. Today we are going to discuss about the Middle Stone Age or the Mesolithic Age, the salient features of this period, the material culture and subsistence pattern of man during this period, and also the Mesolithic sites in India. So let us begin talking about the Middle Stone Age or the Mesolithic Age in India. Now, Mesolithic age has often been considered to be a phase of transition from the hunting gathering food stage of Paleolithic period to that of farming and herding in Neolithic period. Now, during the Paleolithic period, man was basically a hunter gatherer. He lived through hunting, he lived upon hunting and by gathering food, by gathering fruits, etc. And in the Neolithic period, man was on the threshold of agriculture, on the threshold of farming. He had become a food producer. So there was a massive transformation in the living pattern of man as he had shifted from animal husbandry and as he had shifted from hunting gathering to food production and domestication of animals. So Mesolithic age is considered to be a transitional period between the two, between the Paleolithic age and the Neolithic age. It carried some features of the Paleolithic age and also certain features of the New Stone Age. Chronologically, if we talk about the Mesolithic cultures in India, we place them roughly between 8000 BC to 5000 4000 BC. And the first evidence of the presence of Mesolithic man in India was noted for the first time by A.C.L. Khalil in 1867-68 in the caves and rock shelters in Kaimur Range, Mirzapur district of Uttar Pradesh. And a little later in the 1950s, H.D. Sankhalia also noted the remains of Mesolithic man at Langanaj and other places in Gujarat. Now, let us talk about the salient features of the Middle Stone Age or the Mesolithic Age. First of all, there was a change in climate from cold and arid to warm and wet. So, I have already discussed with you that as we move on from the Paleolithic to the Mesolithic to the Neolithic ages, the climate changes and the tool technology changes. These are the two basic changes which take place with every subsequent change in the different stages of prehistory. Now, when climate changed from cold and arid to warm and wet, it led to melting of snow, and obviously, the melting of snow led to the formation of rivers, and there was growth of forests and vegetation, which affected both flora and fauna, which affected both plants and animals. Giant animals gradually vanished and they were replaced with swifter and smaller animals. Fish became more abundant. So, in the Paleolithic period, we mostly spot giant animals, while in the Mesolithic, we find that they have been replaced with swifter and smaller animals. Secondly, the new environment which was developing, or the new environment, it created conditions for availability of new resources. So Mesolithic man exploited these resources more effectively and made modifications in tool types. So the tools they were using were basically made of stone only, but these tools were more specialized, better, and more handy than those used by man in the Paleolithic period. The characteristic tool of Mesolithic period was known as microlith. We'll discuss about the stone tools of the Mesolithic period, the microliths, in greater detail in a while from now. Of course, microliths made hunting and food gathering easier. The third important feature of the Mesolithic age is that there was a significant growth in population and change in demographic profile. And the main factors for decrease in mortality rate and increase in population was that there was greater availability of food and better health of people as compared to the Paleolithic period. They had food, they availed food in a bigger manner than they did in the Paleolithic period. Also, there was better rainfall in the Holocene age, which led to greater plant growth and increase in fish and animal population. Hunting efficiency improved by the use of microliths. Definitely, microliths were smaller and more specialized tools, and therefore they helped hunting in a better manner as they did in the Paleolithic period. Plant food supplemented animal diet, better food supply, and therefore man led healthier and longer life. And that is why a change in the demographic profile of the period. When we talk about burials or the disposal of the dead, we find that there was a tradition of grave coats like bone beads or rings, etc., which definitely gives an insight into the beliefs, rituals, and also craft activities of Mesolithic man. And a very important feature of the Mesolithic period was rock art or rock paintings. And the rock paintings of this period throw light on the artistic taste of man and also on their socio-economic behavior. Now, rock, as I said, rock art or rock painting was a major feature of Mesolithic period. And in my next video, I'm going to talk about rock art in great detail because that is considered to be one of the essential features of Mesolithic period, besides the other essential feature being the presence of microliths. Now we talk about, let us talk about the regional distribution of the Mesolithic sites. So Mesolithic sites are located all over India. And where do we not find the Mesolithic sites? We do not find Mesolithic sites in the regions of Northeast India and the Delta of Bengal in the east, Punjab plains and Gangetic plain beyond Allahabad in the north, and Kerala in the south. Again, the reason for the absence of Mesolithic sites in these areas is that there was a lack of stone for making tools. They did not have enough stone for making tools, or heavy rainfall and dense vegetation. The density of sites was far greater in Marwar and Mewar in Rajasthan, North Gujarat and alluvial plain of Ganga in south central Uttar Pradesh, that is Allahabad Mirzapur area. Now I have a map for you which shows the Mesolithic sites in India, and if we can point out certain areas in this map, uh, I will talk about certain major areas where Mesolithic sites have been found in India. For example, in Rajasthan, you have Bagor in district Bhilwara, and then you have Tilwara in district Barmer, which is on the left bank of river Luni. Then in Gujarat, you have Langhnach in district Mehsana. In MP, you have Bhimbetka. This is Bhimbetka, which is south of Bhopal. Then you have Adamgarh in MP, district Hoshangabad, Baghor in district Sindhi. Come to UP, and in UP you have Chopani Mando. In UP you have Chopani Mando, which is southeast of Allahabad in Belan Valley. Then you have Sarai Nahr Rai, district Pratapgarh, Mahadaha, district Mirzapur, Damdama, district Mirzapur, and Lekhania, district Mirzapur. Come to West Bengal, and in West Bengal you have Birbhanpur in district Bardwan. Orissa you have Kuchai in district Mayurbhanj. Come to South India, Karnataka you have Sangankallu, and Tamil Nadu you have Tuticorin. So we find that the Mesolithic sites have been spread all over India, from Rajasthan to Gujarat to MP to UP to West Bengal to Orissa to Karnataka to Tamil Nadu. So if you feel, you can pause this video for some time and study this map in detail. And in my next few slides, I have given in writing the sites in India so that you can match it with the map of India. So as I already discussed with you, these are the main sites which I talked about while referring to the map. Now let us talk about the tool technology of the Mesolithic period. As I said before, they were mainly using microliths, which were very small tools. Micro means small, lith means lithic, that is stone. So very small tools which were greatly helpful in hunting, etc. So microliths or blades and bladelets. So there was a technological improvement on earlier tool making techniques based on direct or indirect hitting or flaking. There was a change in raw material. Use of pressure technique was used. Pressure technique was used, which produced more blades in lesser time. And normally the size of these microliths varied from 1 centimeter to 5 centimeter. Then there were composite tools like arrowheads and spearheads, small non-geometric tools like scrapers, buttons, etc. A very important feature of the tool technology of the Mesolithic period is that we do not find chopper chopping tools. If you remember, chopper chopping tools were the characteristic tools of the Paleolithic age, and when we come to the Mesolithic age, the main tools we find are microliths, and chopper chopping tools are by and large completely absent during the Mesolithic period. Uh, then there was use of other tools like hammer stone, perforated discs or ring stones, etc. And also tools and ornaments were made of bone and antler like arrowheads, blades, knives, rings, etc. So I have some pictures of microliths for you, which you can see for yourself. They are very small tools, and in fact, uh, they are sharp edged. As you see, the edges are very sharp and they are very small in size. As I said, it is from 1 centimeter to 5 centimeter. Uh, these tools are called microliths. Small tools, specialized tools, handy tools, uh, which were used for a number of purposes. Okay, so this was the tool technology of the Mesolithic age. Now we come to the material culture and the subsistence pattern of Mesolithic period. They lived in semi-permanent hut-like structures with paved floors. If you remember, Paleolithic period, man lived in rock shelters or in caves. There was no evidence of a proper hut-like structure as we find in the Mesolithic period, and also the floors are paved. Then we also have the presence of a roof-like structure for protection. The chief evidence of the subsistence pattern of man during this period comes from animal bones and stone tools. And so far as animal species are concerned, they included both domesticated and non-domesticated varieties like wild bear, wolf, rhino, cattle, goat, sheep, etc. So there is evidence of domestication of animals also during this period. Meat was probably cooked or roasted on open fire. We already talked about burials and the practice of burials in Mesolithic period. So dead were buried inside the habitational area, and we also have evidence of secondary or fractional burials having a few bones, etc. We've discussed burials already. One important thing is that when we talk about grave goods which have been obtained from graves, they include microliths and bone ornaments. Ornaments probably used by people of higher status. So it suggests some kind of a social stratification or some kind of a division in society where there were different classes in society. And then another point we can conclude is that they believed in life after death. That is why the practice of putting grave goods along with the dead bodies in the graves. So finally, when we conclude, we could say that the life pattern in Mesolithic period suggests that man was already on the threshold of Neolithic phase, a phase dominated by the beginning of farming activities, cattle herding, and settled life. As I already said in the introductory slide, that Mesolithic is considered to be a transitional period between Paleolithic and Mesolithic, when certain features of Paleolithic like hunting, food gathering was still continuing, and at the same time man was also on the threshold of agriculture or farming, which was the most important feature of the Neolithic age. Now, this was all about the Mesolithic age, and as I said before, that there are two important characteristics of the Mesolithic period. One is use of microliths, and the other is rock art. Since rock art or rock painting is a very essential characteristic feature of the entire prehistoric period, that is why I have made a separate video on rock paintings in India, and my next video will be upon this subject. So please look out for my next video, and if you have liked this video, please like and share it with your friends, and also subscribe to it. Okay, thank you, and see you soon in the next video. Thank you.